Hello guys, welcome back to Verified. So this is the promised video from the previous one that we did, and I promised you that we shall talk on the important things to consider as you go to your embassy for the interview. And this is the DV lottery interview. Now, I'll talk into details about these things, but first of all, let me say this. Once you received your second notification letter and you followed all the steps that we talked earlier, then you are ready for the interview. You are just waiting for that appointment day for your interview, and then you go there. So the first thing that is obvious and you're supposed to stick to is the time. Ensure that you are on time. Don't be late. That's obvious. Don't be late for your interview. And then number two, remember that you are not the first one to go for this interview. There are many people that have gone through this experience and they have things to tell, and they have narrated their experiences throughout the web. You need to search over and listen and take note of their experiences. I have done several on this channel. If you scroll through the videos, you will find a lot of interview experiences that will help you. And why am I telling you to do that? Remember that it will help you garner the confidence that you need during the interview. Even if it should not be so, people get worried and they panic a lot when they are preparing for the DV lottery interview. And I always tell you that this is not something to panic about, because it's not like the work interview that you go to. It is just an interview to verify the information that you have already given them. And that information, you placed it or you put it on your DS260 form. So since the time you applied for your DV lottery to the time of filling your DS260 form up to now to the interview, that information is what the consular officer wants to verify. He wants to verify, or she wants to verify, whether the information that you filled on the DS260 form is correct. So it's not something to panic about or to get worried about or to get anxious. Just compose yourself and face the interview. And it's normally very short, very short. It's a very short interview and straightforward. And therefore, to help you garner this confidence, that's why I'm telling you, just listen to the past experiences, especially for your embassy. You might listen to other experiences from all over the globe, but specifically from those from your country, from your embassy. Listen to them. Know how they went through. What were the questions they were asked? Remember, the questions are particular to every person. They don't look the same. They might not be the same, but generally they ask the same questions over and over again. The questions will depend upon your DS260 form. So watch the interviews and get that confidence. I hope that point is well noted. Another thing you need to know is that if you have a child that during your application he or she was under 21, maybe he was 20 and a half, but since they had not reached the recommended 21 years of age to not be included on the application, therefore you included them. That you did right. And even if during your interview that child attains 21 or goes past 21 years of age at the time of the interview, the child is still protected. He is still, or she is still protected by the laws regarding the diversity visa program. And I've talked about this in previous videos. So don't panic about that. If your child is above the age of 21 years, then he or she is still protected and you proceed, and he or she will also get the visa. That one I needed to tell you. Another thing, when you are attending your interview, you go with everyone that you included on your DS260 form. That is your derivatives. If you said you had a spouse and kids, you go with all those derivatives to your interview. And you must remember that during the interview or the interrogation, also some questions will spread over to your derivatives. So go with your derivatives to the embassy. Don't leave anyone. And this comes because some people ask, I want to immigrate alone and the children will join me later. Must they come to the interview with me? Another very important question is, I want to travel or to immigrate alone first and my derivatives will join me later. Must they take their medical examinations? If, number one, you are intending to immigrate with them under the diversity visa program, then you should go through the whole process all together. The medical examination together with the interview together. However much the expense would be, just look for those finances and go through the process with all of them. And that is the most important thing. If I were to advise you, let them come with you under this visa program. Because if you decide not to, the other process is a tedious and expensive and time-consuming one of trying to file for them or to petition for them to join you in the United States. It will not be a sweet process. So the easiest way is to move with them under the diversity visa program. So what you need to do, if you don't have that much money to finance everything, get the money to finance the medical and the interview, that is the visa fee. And then for the ticket, for the air transport, just look that which is enough for you and then go as the principal applicant, then work and send them the air ticket within the 6 months that is required, and then let them come and join you. But number two, if you are willing to leave them behind and never join you now, and you are willing to go through the petition process later on, then you indicated on the DS260 form that they will not be immigrating with you. That one you had done. If you had done that, then you don't need to take them through any further process. You proceed alone. You proceed alone to the interview. They will ask you questions about your kids and your spouse, yes, but since you indicated you're not moving with them, then you'll be given your visa if you're successful alone, and you'll go alone. But remember, later on, if you want them to join you, you'll have to face the harsh reality of petitioning for them. I hope that point is clear. And still on that, remember I mentioned that some questions will go over to your derivatives. So get your derivatives prepared as well. Let them know about the information that is on the DS260 about them. And since that information is true about them, then it will be easier for them to grasp. So let your derivatives also know about your DS260 form so that when they are asked anything, they don't get confused. Prepare them for the questions as well. If they are asked any questions, they will be ready to answer. Also, there is a possibility of you rescheduling your interview. And this is what I mean. You might not be that ready, even if I don't know why, to go for your interview at the specified time. You can consider to transfer your interview to a later date. That is possible. If you decide to go through that route, it is possible. What you are supposed to do is to directly contact your embassy and inform them that you need to reschedule your interview. It is not a good thing to do if I were to advise you, but if it reaches that point, you can contact and have them reschedule your interview. It is possible and it's not a mistake. But still on that note, remember that it should not be rescheduled to a date that will be riskier, maybe towards the end of the fiscal year, so that if in any case something happens, you still have time to solve that problem. So let it be rescheduled, but to a near future, so that you will not have those risks that I've talked about. And remember, it should not go beyond September 30th. Of course, they will not do that, but remember not to put it next or near the closing date, because you don't know. You may never know. Something might happen that might cause you being put to 221G, and the time it will take for you to come out might be longer than the time. So you might end up losing your visa. So if you are considering rescheduling, put it to the near future, so that you might avoid all those things and get your visas. Have you gotten the point? I hope so. Another point is that avoid at all costs the chances of getting put to 221G visa refusal. Avoid, if you can, entering 221G visa refusal. And that is by adhering to all the instructions. Ensure that everything that you are needed to do, every document that you are needed to have, the proof documents, the support documents, the affidavit of support, and everything that accompanies the affidavit of support, everything that is needed, have them ready at the time of your interview. So avoid at all costs being thrown into the 221G visa refusal. That's a very important point as you go to your interview. And if in any case you are put to that situation, 221G visa refusal, act quickly and also keep the embassy on toes. So if you are requested an additional document or information, act quickly, present that information. And after presenting, keep on following up with the embassy about your case. Don't just leave them that way. Keep on following about your case. So guys, those were some of the very important things that you need to take into consideration. There are many others, but I hope these have already put you on toes. Get ready and properly equipped for the interview. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you've not. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to put the bell on, and also don't forget to visit our website for more information. The link is on the description of the video, and let's meet in the next video.